Welcome back to the Boondocks Homestead, y'all. If this is your first time here, I am so glad you're here. Thanks for coming by. Today, I really let time get away from me. I should have had a video on this morning, but we were busy. We've been outside most of the day. We had to do a bunch of running this morning and go to a neighboring town, and Tim had to go to the doctor and different things. And we had to go to some stores and just, your basic catch-up stuff. And all the back roads are still covered here with snow, and it's packed down, and it's slick as slick can be. But the main roads are cleared off, so we were able to kind of, do our thing, get it done. So anyways, I thought, well, I'm going to make, now this, I know not everybody's into sourdough. I get it. I know. But this is going to be one of those videos because I had some sourdough left over, and I had the stuff to make a sourdough pizza. And it's a different kind this time, different way of making it. A lot of times I'll just use the discard of the sourdough or the unfed sourdough. But we're going to actually make a dough kind of out of this a little bit. But anyways, if you don't have sourdough, just make your favorite pizza dough. But I think that after I show you what I put in it, you can kind of adjust it and just use flour and water, okay? So, because that's basically what it's going to be with a few extra things. So stick around and watch, and I'm going to put it on my, I can't think what it's called. Ooh, my oven is dirty, y'all. I need to go over here and clean it. My big steel, my pizza steel. That's what it is, steel. I love making pizzas on that thing. I love it. I mean, it makes the crust just wonderful. And I will, at the end of this video, I'll tag my video on me getting that steel and how you have to, work it up and clean it up before you use it and season it. Anyway, kind of like you do. It's a little different than cast iron, but it's the same idea. Okay. So I hear ice falling off. It's going ting, ting. It's falling on the air conditioner. All right, let's get busy, guys, gals. Okay, I'm going to put you over here. I want to take these glasses off so bad, but I can't see if I do. I should have just got a pair of my old ones, I guess. It's that they're just eating my nose up. I mean, literally, I've got sores on my nose from these glasses. And I really like the glasses because they're bigger and I can see, a lot more. I just see better out of them. And I normally wear the little glasses, but this time I got bigger ones and my prescription went up, and both of them went up. So, but anyways, the arms or whatever, well, you don't want to hear about that, but anyways, they're chewing my nose up. And so I ordered me some stuff off Amazon. I got me a little pair of pliers coming because I normally use needle nose pliers, and I tell you, I've ruined some glasses doing that. I do not suggest you do that, but sometimes that's all you got. But I did order me a little pair that fit right over the little nose piece things, so you're not hurting anything, and they won't slip off and scratch your glasses or anything. But and I also bought some new pads because I thought, well, maybe it's these pads that's on here. I don't know. I just hate wearing glasses, y'all. I mean, I'm glad I can see with them, but I don't like wearing them. I don't like wearing them, and I didn't have to start wearing them until I got older. But anyway, all right, here we go. So this recipe, and it's not my recipe, okay? I got this recipe off the web, and I look at so much different stuff. I don't know where I got it, so please don't ask me. But I will put the recipe underneath this video, okay, if you want to try it. Anyways, I had a cup of unfed starter, which is what you call your discard. What you call your discard, it's unfed starter. That's all it is. So don't panic with that, okay? It's got little bubbles still, but it's hungry. He's hungry, and boy, he's sour. He smells. I just love that smell. I love that smell. So let me grab hold on. I'm always walking in front of the camera. I'm sorry. Let me get this, and we're going to pour this in the mixer. 1 cup. 1 cup of unfed starter. Or discard, whatever you want to call it. Don't get wrapped up with that. Get all excited over that because it's no big deal. Now we're going to use all-purpose flour, okay? And I have different flours for different things, and I even have more than this, but these are the 2 I use the most, so these are the 2 I put on my counter. So we're going to use 1 cup of all-purpose flour, okay? And we're just going to put that on top of it. And then I'm going to get that flour off my hand. We're going to put 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. And then we're going to do the same with the salt. And I use Redmond real salt. Now I need to go look and see. Hold on just a minute. Okay. I went and left I have got some pizza seasoning. It's just for pizza. It's at the house. Wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you know it? And so I'm not going to run over there because I got to get this going because it's getting late. So I'm just going to, I've got some Italian spices here. I'm going to use that. But I really like those. I thought maybe if I looked around I might see it sitting somewhere, but I don't. So we're not going to stress over it. We're just going to put in about 1 teaspoon of this. It'll work. Okay? I always put that in my dough, in my pizza dough. Sometimes I'll put it on top of my pizza dough if it don't look like it's got much in it, and I might do it this time. But we'll see. We'll see how much. Now, let me grab we're going to use my dough hook. This might not work with this mixer because this is for big jobs. This mixer's for big jobs. We'll see. Okay. You see how it's not even touching it? I'm going to have to give it a little boost here and help it. I may have to do it with my hands. Because it's not even touching the bottom of that bowl, y'all. I like my mixer, but I'm going to tell you, here, I'm just going to raise the bowl a little bit. I don't suggest you do this if you have a mixer like this. I'm not telling you to do this. But I'm going to do this because I need to get it going here. Once it gets going, I think it'll be okay. There. Let's see. Let's see what happens now. And I'll tell you what else I'm going to do. I'm going to put a little bit of olive oil in it. Now, if it looks like it's too dry, you know what I'm going to do, and it does. I'll put a little water in there. And if I got too much water, I'll add a little more flour. So that's just how it goes. Okay. I think that's going to work. Okay. Let me move stuff out of my way. I never stress about this kind of stuff, y'all. I don't. If it doesn't, I've got hands and I'm not afraid to use them. Okay? I'm just not. Let me find my... There it is. I stay over there for a while at the house, and then I get used to where everything is and what I have over there. Then I come over here, and I don't know what I have, and yeah, That's why I said sometimes I don't know if it's easier to have another kitchen or not, or one that you do most of your stuff in. That was my plan, to do all my cooking over here. I'm just put a little bit more flour on there because it's a little sticky. We don't want it to be real sticky. And we're going to need it for just a little bit. not a bunch, just a little bit. I'm just going to use up this flour kind of, okay? And then we're going to put it in a bowl, and we're just going to let it rest. Okay, I think that's probably good. Now, let me get a bowl. Get a little bit of olive oil. It's not really going to rise, okay? Because we're only going to have it in here 30 minutes. And you're just going to kind of put that olive oil all over it, so you don't want it to dry out, okay? Now we're going to put it, I'm going to put it over here in my, I'll tell you where I'm going to put it. Hold on. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this, let me take some of these out. I feel like I'm going to a little more trouble than what I should be. So I'm going to put it right in here. I'm going to turn this on the lowest temperature for 30 minutes. Okay, temperature, we're going to put it down to the lowest, 95, and start for 30 minutes. In 30 minutes, I'll get that out of there. And, you know, I tell you, I did not know, and I'd had this for a while. It's my dehydrator. But I had this for a pretty long while before I realized that you can put your sourdough in there and proof your sourdough in there. I didn't know that. I didn't know it. Anyway, so, okay, I'm going to let this sit for 30 minutes. Then I will get right back with y'all. Don't go nowhere. All right, y'all. I took it out about 5 minutes early because I'm ready to get this show on the road. So I'm going to put you down here where you can see. Okay, so I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of flour on my parchment paper. You don't have to use parchment paper if you don't want to. You can just put it on your, but see, I'm going to put this on my steel. So, okay. Put a little bit of that on there, and it did rise just a little bit, not much. Now, I'm going to just take my fingers, like you would a regular pizza dough, and kind of just push it out to the sides. You want this to be about 1/4 of an inch thick, okay? Somewhere in there, like a regular one. I'm probably going to do square. Okay, see all that seasoning in that crust? That's going to be good. Can y'all see that? Okay, so I think that right there is going to do it. Now, I'm going to put me some pizza sauce on here, but that's got a thing. Yes, it does. Look, I didn't even wipe my hands off before I did that. Okay, so we're just going to put, I should have shook that up a little. Look, it seems a little watery. Not too bad. Now, what you want to do is, I'm just going to put about that much on there. And I'm just going to take a spoon. You know what? I forgot to put my little holes. I always put little holes in my crust. Do you guys do that? It won't hurt. I already got that in there. No big deal. Just get a little sauce down in the crust. I just put some holes in there so it don't blow up. You know what I mean? And get real poofy. All right, now I'm going to leave a little bit around the edge. And I didn't tuck my edge. I might still. I'm not sure. But I'm just going to put my sauce like this. Now, I don't know if I ever told you this or not. I'm not the best pizza maker. I'm not. I like to eat it, but I'm I'm not the best at making it. I'm sure there's a lot of good pizza makers out there. But, I do the best I can to get by, and it usually tastes really good. Okay? So, and I don't stress over, if something don't turn out perfect or something. I just don't stress over it. Okay. Good enough. Now, let me grab my cheese. Now, if you want to, you can pull that out and tuck your crust over. I don't normally do that. Well, yeah, I do sometimes. Not all the time. And since I already put my sauce in there, it's probably going to come up anyways. But it's all right. It don't matter. Right? It's going to taste good regardless if you got a little crust edge or not. But if you want to make it look like the more professional, I guess, you put you a little crust up there. I don't know. I'm afraid that's going to come open. It probably will. But it's okay. We'll push it down a little bit. You guys, I told you I'm not a great pizza maker, so. Okay, we're going to put our cheese on. I like a lot of cheese. I don't know about you guys. Actually, we've already kind of ate dinner, so I'm going to let Tim take this for his lunch tomorrow. I am. I just like a lot of cheese. I don't know why. Okay, that's probably enough. That's at over a half a bag of cheese. That's probably enough. Now I'm just going to put some, I'm doing just a quick one. I'm not adding all this stuff on here, y'all. We're doing pepperoni and we're done. We're going to be done with it. I remember making pizzas when I worked in the kitchen at the school. And on pizza day, all of us girls, we had our thing. What we did was like a little assembly line. And we go down, we made a bunch of pizzas, let me tell you. Bunch of pizzas. I miss them girls. I don't see them too much anymore. But we have fun. Or I did. Okay, let's just put him in the middle. Okay, there we go. Let's put this in the oven. I'm going to have to just put it on there. And that way it won't burn my bottom crust. But I have put it directly on that pizza steel before. Now don't look at my oven because I told you it needs a cleaning job. 450 degrees. Okay? 450. And I forgot to tell you guys, hold on a minute. 450 for 10 to 15 minutes until, the cheese is melted and it's bubbly and, your crust is done. And you could put your crust in there a little sooner. Well, you would a normal pizza. You'd put your crust in and like par bake it or whatever, bake it for a little bit and then bring it out and then put your stuff on it. But I didn't do that with this because it said not to do that with this. This is sourdough pizza. So, like I said, this is my first time. But the crust looked really good. But this is the first time I've made one of these, and I thought, well, I'll bring you along with me. You can see what it looks like, and if we don't like it, then you'll know don't make it. But I think it's going to turn out okay. I have a feeling you can't hardly mess pizza up, y'all. I mean, there's a lot of things you just can't hardly mess up, and that's one of them. We're going to put it on this big one so I can cut. I got to be able to cut it. So we'll just put it on there. We're going to let it cool a little bit, but I think it's done. I think it's done. We're taking it out. I think it's done. Look at that. Can you see that? Looks amazing. Let's turn all this off. My light. I'll set that right there. I gotta do these dishes before I go over to the other house. We're gonna let it cool. I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Okay. We'll go ahead and cut it. Hey, it's not even, but it's okay. All right, we'll let it cool for a minute and then we'll taste it. Okay, let's try this. It looks really good. I don't know if y'all can see it. It looks yummy. Get that from underneath me so I'm not eating over top of it. It's still kind of hot though. Mmm. Mmm. I think I like that better than using just the I'm thinking, yes, I just licked my finger. I'm thinking that I shouldn't have I put a little too much, it's hot, y'all. Let me get a knife. I am thinking that I put a little too much flour on that, but I think I like it way better than just using the discard. And I really like just using the discard, but I think I like this better. Mm-mm. Oh, hot. Woo! I'm going to show you this, where I bit off of it. Let me get this out of the way. If you can see this, do you see that, the top part? Which you can't taste it. But that top part isn't done like this. And I think that you should par-bake it or whatever you want to call that. You put it in the oven for just like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. The crust only. Bring it out like you do a regular pizza. And then put your toppings on it. Yes, I think so. See how easy that was? 1 cup of, hold on. I'm sorry, I'm talking with my mouth full. 1 cup of discard, unfed starter. 1 cup of flour, half teaspoon of baking powder, and a half teaspoon of salt. And I added a little bit of water and a little bit of olive oil on my own. I did that on my own because it just looked dry to me, really dry. So that is what I did. You really should try this. If you don't do sourdough, make up that cup of sourdough, do half and half water, half flour, and put that in your dough. I don't think you can mess it up. I really don't. It's good. It'd be good with other toppings on it. This is just a plain old pepperoni. Mm-hmm. Tim's gonna like this. I will tell you something else too. If you have a pizza steel, some of you may have pizza stones. I used to have one of those. But if you have a pizza steel, when that is just about getting almost done, slide that off of that parchment paper and let that crust get a lot darker. Now it's crispy, it's crust, but it's real light colored because I had it on the parchment paper. But I'm going to tell you, that's a keeper. That's a keeper recipe. So if you don't know how to start sourdough, I've got so many videos on those. um, recipes. I've got, so I will link that at the end of this video too. And the other video I told you I was gonna, oh, to the steel. And I'll link those in my sourdough videos, and y'all can go check them out. And anyways, so there you go. There you have it. And try it. It's good. It is good. It's a keeper. I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna eat the rest of this. I'm gonna clean this up. I'm gonna take this over to the house. He may get into it when he sees it and smells it before tomorrow, but it is for his lunch tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. So listen, I love y'all, and Lord willing, I'll catch you on the next video.